Good morning, evening, and afternoon. Welcome to the couch and to part one of the COVID series. So this little COVID series I'm going to bring is going to be a four-part series on my channel. Just me taking through what I've been through with COVID and how I'm approaching getting back into training and fitness, and then how is it going for me like along the journey back to fitness, because I've done nothing for 14 days other than a walk occasionally and some like light stretching and stuff. So that coffee's good. Just cradles us all today. I'm currently on day 17 of isolation. So I finished my isolation period 3 days ago. I don't have any more symptoms or signs of COVID. Just a little disclaimer, I'm obviously no medical practitioner or have any degree in the medical field, so don't take my word for what you should do and shouldn't do. Obviously listen to your medical doctor and their advice, because they are the experts. So I started feeling sick on day one, obviously, but when it was a Thursday, like a couple of weeks ago. I started feeling sick. It all started with. So I started feeling sick 17 days ago. I started off with like a headache from dehydration kind of feeling, and like a itchy throat. So I'm like, oh crap, I'm getting sick. So I started pumping multivitamins. Like just extra, like I take from what I take every day, doubled that to try to stop it from happening. And then Friday came, and woke up and I was man down, clogged nose, like very wet cough. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's all the flu, because like it wasn't really symptoms of COVID, with having a runny nose and a wet cough, which later found out that that's the Delta variant, I think it's called. So Friday I went for a COVID test, and obviously got my results on Saturday and came back positive. I went downhill quickly. So I had like clogged nose, so I couldn't breathe obviously through my nose, sore throat, cough, headaches. Temperature all of a sudden was like 38 plus. For about 4 days I had the temperature and the sore throat and headaches, and then that slowly started subsiding. I don't know, because I was taking Flugon and multivitamins and stuff, and some nose spray that helped, just to like open up the airway so I could breathe a bit better. And then day 5 the headaches eventually left. Didn't have any more like cold sweats during the night when I was sleeping, obviously due to the temperature. And so that was pretty rough for 4 days, and just feeling absolutely crap, but made sure that, I think this was one thing that helped, I made sure that we didn't do any exercise like at all, walking, light gym work, nothing. I slept for 4 days really, to try to beat the initial outbreak of what ended up being COVID. And then, so like the first week went by just taking Flugon and multivitamins, immune boosters, all that stuff, to try to keep the immune system strong, because there's no actual treatment from what I've found and like researched for COVID. You can only really treat the symptoms. So I was taking all that stuff. It seemed to work. And then going into the second week of isolation, stuff didn't really improve for a while. Kind of felt like I plateaued. Like still had the snotty nose, the cough, and the occasional like sore throat, but no more temperature or any of that. And then got my parents to go to the doctor on my behalf, obviously because I couldn't go because of isolation, and got onto some antibiotics, which I finished on day 14 of my isolation. So that definitely helped a lot, like clearing up my sinuses. I don't have like the cough went away almost immediately. So that helped a lot. And in that second week, I started walking a bit, just to try to get like endorphins going to make the body feel a bit better. But keeping the heart rate low, because I could like stand up and like suddenly, or like sit on the couch and my heart rate was like resting at 100 beats per minute, which usually is around like 50 or just under 50, like in the high 40s. So that was a bit worrying. But yeah, the antibiotics started kicking in and working. And yeah, now day 17, I've never had any symptoms past day 12, day 13 when the antibiotics kicked in. So that definitely was a big lifesaver in terms of speeding up the process in terms of getting rid of symptoms and all that. So that was a big help. But yeah, so the plan for this first week and second week really is just unconstructive training, just going on feel, being very careful of watching my heart rate and stuff, just because from what everyone, like all the other athletes and stuff I've spoken to that have had COVID in the past, that have come back too early or too quickly, have said they've had a bit of problems with heart conditions, like heart problems or breathing problems, which I'm quite fortunate I haven't had any of those symptoms recently. Like I can breathe fine, don't have any fatigue or any of that, which I'm very lucky about. I know some people are still struggling, like no taste, none of that. Today will be the first day I get back on the bike. Haven't cycled anything for 2 weeks, or literally have done nothing, like I've said. So the plan is today is to hop on the indoor and just do like 30 minutes aerobic just to see what the heart rate's doing, and go from there. Like literally the first 2 weeks is just going to all be aerobic stuff, going on feel, making sure my heart rate doesn't spike or isn't too high or any of that. Just from all the athletes I've spoken to that have come back too soon or had COVID once or twice, yeah, they all said rather just come back as slow as possible, because if there's no racing, there's no need to rush. And if there was racing, like, I wasn't going to rush anyway, because yeah, it's no joke, especially when it starts to affect your heart and lungs, because you can't really reverse the effects of stuff that happens. So yeah, this week very easy. Going to be get on the bike again and potentially run. Yeah, just going to do one session a day, nothing crazy. Yeah, sorry for rambling. I'm so excited. I miss this so much. My gosh. Feels so good to be back on the bike. Even though I'm pushing up 200 watts. Man, it feels good. So stoked. So yeah, just finished my first cycle back in Yonks. 30 minutes done. Heart rate and breathing and stuff felt fine. Definitely feels like I haven't cycled in a long time, but that should get better. Just watching heart rate now. It is dropping quite quickly, which is a good sign. Heart rate was a little high for the watts that I'm usually pushing, but I think it's also just a bit of medicine still sitting in my system, from the antibiotics, and I just not doing anything. So stoked to be riding again and problem free. So yeah, more talking unfortunately. Sorry, this episode's been a lot of talking. But so it's Sunday. Unfortunately, no running today. Yesterday I decided to do another ride, nice easy again, like 35 minutes, and my heart rate was very high for some reason.
like I was sitting at 80 watts, pushing 80 watts at like 120 heart rate, which, yeah, chalk and cheese compared to the day before where I was pushing like close to 200 watts at 120 heart rate. So yeah, I got off the bike after 35 minutes because I wanted to do 45, but did 35. I just accepted it is what it is and pushed those watts. And then it took about 5 minutes for my heart rate to drop, which, yeah, that was with me sitting down and lying down to get it to go below 120, which is not good. So once it dropped, I was like, okay, cool. Went and showered, chilled, and then I started developing like almost heart like fluctuations. Like it would go like slow, and then like speed up for like 5 beats, and it would like strong heart rate on the slow ones. So yeah, let that monitor it for the whole day. Thought it might have been like coffee that I had in the morning, but yeah, it wasn't that because it's Sunday now and still got the same thing. And I haven't had any coffee or like haven't had medication in a while. Well, for a couple of days now. So don't know what it is, but going to try arrange some doctor's appointments and stuff on Monday to get the bottom of what's going on. Maybe it's normal. I don't know. If you know what's going on, maybe you can leave like a comment below and see what it says. But yeah, fingers crossed that it's nothing, and maybe it's just system trying to get all this stuff out of my body. But yeah, unfortunately no run. So yeah, fingers crossed it's nothing. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode here and stay tuned for the next episode to see what else is going on or improvements. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.